Hello everybody, Steve Politi, Keith Sargeant, Ryan Dunleavy. What an incredible game. Double overtime, fantastic finish,
amazing.
Touchdown, national championship.
Greg Schiano's going probably be playing the college football playoff.
We were not at that game, but I'm still excited about that game because we watched it here on the television set. The game that was actually here
was not very good.
Not very good. 31-13 victory for the Scarlet Knights. No, loss for the Scarlet Knights. Maryland won.
Yes.
Again, great game in Columbus though.
They're not going to the college football playoff.
2-10. What do you got for me? I'm out of things to say.
It was all the same things. They got killed on special teams, punt return, missed field goal, missed PT. They were constantly under pressure, 7 sacks, 318 rushing yards allowed. Everything that was a problem in the first 11 games was a problem in game 12.
Right, and that's kind of jargon that didn't get better. And I guess there are some things you just can't get better. You can't get faster.
No.
And that was
That was one of the things
clear.
that we talked about going in. Offensively, been an issue all season. I asked Chris Ash after the game how much faith he has in
He loved that question.
Yeah, he wasn't thrilled with it, kind of bristled at it, but numbers are going to speak for themselves. They're going to be really bad. He obviously endorsed Drew, said that it's about getting the quarterbacks to play better, the wide receivers, running backs, all phases to play better, and then when that happens, the plays will look better and the scheme will look better. But time will tell.
I guess I just don't know how they go from where they are 2-10, clear talent deficiency against the best teams, clear talent deficiency really against the less best. How do you go from there to all of a sudden you're back into your competing for balls? I don't think you make that step very quickly.
No, I don't think it's quickly because I think the answer is recruiting. I think that's the name of the game in college football. Any coach will tell you that. So I think it's recruiting. And it's not one recruiting class. They're not one recruiting class away. No. They're not 2 recruiting classes away. And when they have those 2 recruiting classes, those are still freshmen. So we're going to be sitting here a year from now saying, well, the whole team's freshmen. Well, so we're maybe 3 years away. I mean, assuming all these kids, do the thing that JPO and Hamilton and all those kids did and stick together and sign and take their chance, then maybe in 3 years. But you're right, it's not an overnight fix.
You mentioned the offense. Do we go into the season with Gio as the quarterback next season?
It's an open competition. Got to be an open competition. The issue is going to be Jonathan Lewis won't be here in the spring, so we're probably going to go into the spring with Gio and Tylen Oden, maybe a grad transfer. I don't know. Grad transfer probably won't be until the summer, so it's just maybe a JUCO. Right now, Gio. I like the kid. I think by any Rutgers fan, anyone.
He's a flawed quarterback.
Yeah,
he's a little like Chase Dodd.
He's made a huge improvement to this point. No one, if we were talking about him at this time last year, no one would ever even put him in. He's made a lot of improvements. So let's see what he does in the offseason.
And so many different players are going to have to take that make that big improvement. I guess what troubles me here, we hear, and Chris Ash even talked about this. What I want to see is this team getting better. I'm not sure I can say in week 12 that I feel a lot better about it than I did in week 1. I didn't see a lot. I didn't see a lot during the progression. So where are we now? Where do you go for the next 8 months? What are we going to see in week 1 next year? I mean, this is a critical few months now for this team.
Yeah, I mean, we spent so much time last offseason talking about conditioning and player development and all that kind of things, and we never really saw it on the field. We don't know what it would have been without that, but we never really saw the results show up. So will the second offseason of all that stuff show up? I don't know, because that's really where they need to get better. If you're looking for a quick fix, it's in player development. It's turn DeCoven Bailey into a player. Turn that secondary where you have 4 sophomores plus freshman David Hayes. Turn them into players, because that's the quick fix.
And hope that Janarian Grant comes back.
And hope, that's the number one question.
We harp so much about the quarterback, but the skill position players. I mean, they need more of those.
Yeah, they're
that's something over the last couple weeks of the recruiting class they have to address.
Yeah, it's not Jonathan Lewis, it's not Tylen Oden, it's not Jay. None of them are going to be able to throw to guys who aren't open.
Yeah, so catchable.
And I'm hungry too because there's no food here in Maryland.
Oh yes, the weekly food review. Yeah. Out of food, Chick-fil-A ran out at 11:30 for a 12 o'clock kickoff.
Yeah. Sad.
Yeah.
It just kept on getting worse.
Yeah, the food just in the Big Ten just went downhill.
Okay,
I mean,
I bet you know what? I bet you had a lot of good things to eat in Columbus, but we weren't there.
No, we weren't.
Signing off from College Park for the last time this season, Steve, Keith, Ryan, thanks for watching.